guys. How's it going, guys? We're back. It's We Talking About Sports. This is our first NFL podcast of the year. Well, we've been doing NFL breakdowns, but this is our first NFL preseason pregame show, of the 2022 season. Are you guys ready? How happy are you guys that football is back?
Bro, we've been happy since 12 o'clock. Ain't that right, Roland? I mean, ain't that right, Justin?
Yeah, man. We've been ready since 12. We went out a little bit for some day drinking just to get hyped for tonight. And it might show a little bit on this podcast, unfortunately, because I still haven't had my recovery juice yet.
I see Ron's recovering over there. Ron, you've been having a good day. I see you got that Cowboys cap. I know you're ready for Sunday.
I got the recovery drink because we already went hard during the day, and my wife's about to get home, so I got to be on this water gang right now. You know what I mean?
You got to get ready. And hey, while things might be a little loose here, we're still gonna take you guys through everything that we usually do. We're gonna take you guys through the line. We're going to break down the over-under. We're going to go through some injuries, some fantasy as always, and give you guys our predictions and maybe some plays for the game. But before we get into the game, before we get into, the X's and O's, what's the one thing you guys are most thankful for about as far as football being back? Are you guys excited about the just Sundays on the couch all day? Are you excited about, Justin, I know you're big on the grill. Or are you just happy that you just get to watch some quality football?
I can go first. So this is my whole argument at the end of the day for when I say summer's all right and everything, but I always look forward more to the fall because fall means football. So give me fall over summer all the time. I'm so excited to have football back, and I hope we hit it off like we never left at all, guys.
Sheesh, you sound, man, you dropping bars or something. You like lying, bro. Yeah, I'm excited for everything, man. I mean, you got fantasy is back, which is huge, is huge to us. I mean, we're gonna get into fantasy in a little bit, but it's just that time of year. The weather's getting better. You have the clouds rolling in. You got those darker skies, and you have that, that little breeze rolling in, and you turn on the pit. You got the TV going, not only on Thursday, not only on Sunday, not only on Monday, but then you got college on Saturday. It's what a time to be alive. And I know you guys love it. Hey. You could tell the vibe here on the We Talking About Sportscast. Come join us. Come have some fun. And like Roland said, it's a great time of year. And we're going to get into it because kickoff is at 7:20. So we got 30 minutes and we're going to roll. We're going to go right now.
And not to get off the rails too much, but we do got the World Cup this fall too, to go with the football schedule. So
a nice little addition.
Extra lit this fall.
Extra football.
Yeah. But let's get right into it. We're going to start today. We're going to go ahead and break it down with the odds here. This is what everybody cares about now. Betting is being legalized all throughout the United States. Hopefully it comes to Texas soon enough. But we have the odds up here on the screen. The Bills are 2.5-point favorites, and the over-under set at 52. This opened near a PK over the summer. But as the money's rolled in, people have visited Vegas, put in their little bets for week one. The Bills have taken most of the money. I have a splits page up here on my other screen. It's not pictured, but Bills have been getting 66% of the total handle at the minus 2.5% spread. Wow. Where are you guys leaning here before we get into our picks at the end of the podcast? Do you like that 2.5? Do you think the line's gotten a little out of hand?
For me, I believe the line has gotten out of hand. Ron, you know me, I'm a history guy. And history says
we talked
when
about
the
it earlier.
Super Bowl champions win and they play opening on Thursday night, they're 14-2.
Yeah.
We saw the Bucs take care of the Cowboys last time that happened on opening Thursday night. Why is it any different? What exactly did the Rams lose to make them drop all the way down from PK to minus 2.5? Explain that to me.
I don't think it's how much that the Rams lost. I think it's how much the Bills are out to prove. And I think Josh Allen, Ben's boy, he said, hey, he's the favorite this year. We've seen it all year long. MVP, Josh Allen to overtake, discount double check, Mr. Aaron Rodgers himself. So there's a lot of hype. I think we talked about it this year when we did the division breakdowns, that this is a go big or go home year for the Bills. They're out to prove something. They're out to prove that they are the real deal. And what better way to prove it besides going against the defending Super Bowl champions on Thursday night for the first game of 2022. So I think that's more the storyline here, is that the Bills are out to prove something. I'm not saying that the Rams fell off. I'm not saying that their team got any worse, but the Bills are out this year to prove a mission. I think they're going to go into LA. I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win by double digits. And don't sleep on that Super Bowl hangover. We saw the stat, 14-2 Super Bowl champions. First game of the next season, they win. They're 14-2. But the Bills have those weapons. They're strong defensively. And I can see a little bit of LA hangover. Aaron Donald saying he might want to retire. He's working out with The Rock 2 days ago. I think that that's all distractions. Give me the Bills tonight. Money line, definitely. And I also parlayed it with the over-under. We'll get into that later. Give me the Bills tonight. I think they win. They go into LA and they set a statement. They set a tone for the year of 2022. Give me the Bills tonight.
Definitely agree with all of those points that you guys have laid out, Ron and Justin, especially when you talk about the Bills. They probably have the best roster in the NFL. When you talk to most people top to bottom, they have a really good defense. When you look at their metrics and their offense, don't even need to talk about it with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Gabe Davis and those guys. And also, we want to talk about week one lines. These lines, they drop before the summer. They drop after the NFL draft, right? So people have had time to bet on these, and the news has been pretty good for the Bills all summer. They've gotten all the hype. They got Von Miller. Diego was just talking about the Rams losing Von Miller. He goes over to the Bills. Everyone's hyped for Josh Allen to take yet another step forward. And what's the news that's been going on with the Rams? Ron mentioned it a little bit with Donald talking about retirement. You got the news with Matt Stafford and his elbow.
Yes.
So you got things going the opposite ways when you talk about the news, and that's probably why the line looks the way it does right now at -2.5. And I know Ron talked about the over. I know we're not betting any unders over here, so I know when he mentioned the total, he's looking at the over there, unless I'm mistaken, but. Definitely going to be a great game. The line suggests it should be at -2.5 and over under 52. Hopefully high flying games for fantasy purposes as well, which Ben is not here with us today, but Ben was kind enough to drop his must start for anybody that is playing in DFS or anybody that's drafted Gabe Davis and maybe a flex or fringe bench wide receiver in PPR leagues. His must start is Gabe Davis. I mentioned him right now. You look at him right here. He's rostered in almost 100% of the leagues. So
That's
if
crazy.
you don't have him, not going to be able to pick him up.
He was the big name this fantasy football season. I mean, everyone was talking about
Are
Gabe
you buying
Davis.
the hype? If you have Gabe Davis or Amon St. Brown in the flex, are you going with Gabe Davis?
That is so crazy that you said that, because I'm in like 4 leagues this year. And I started Gabe Davis in one, but I benched him in the other one, and I benched him for Amon St. Brown from the Lions. Reason being is that tonight I still feel he has something to prove. He's wide receiver 2, clearly, because of Stephon Diggs. St. Brown is the number 1 over there. So that's the only reason why I gave the edge to Brown if you have to compare the two players. But I don't want to start him just yet because he's projected at 15.03 points. We see that. I think you said, Roland, earlier off the show that his targets were 3.5 or 3 catches. So that kind of worries me a little bit that it's only at 3.5, and he's projected to have 15 points. I mean, you're going to say that he has to score, a touchdown at least, if not 2, to get to those 15 points off of 3 catches. So I'm going to hit the pause button right now on Gabe Davis. But I can see the reasoning that Ben and you guys have that he's a must start this week, because all the attention is going to go to Diggs. You have Ramsey tonight for the Rams. Where's Ramsey going to be? Is he going to be following Stephon Diggs, do you guys think? Or is he just going to be in that coverage where anybody that comes to his side, he's going to grab? That's why it's tough for me to say auto start Gabe Davis over somebody like St. Brown.
What about you, Justin? Where are you going with your flex? If you have Gabe Davis?
Think I go St. Brown as well. With the caveat that
I take this guy out for a few drinks and he's on my side all of a sudden. Sheesh.
With the caveat that it's a temporary timetable. I think once we see Jameson Williams come back, if he's any bit healthy, all of a sudden you have another threat with the Lions. He's no longer wide receiver number 1, possibly. that makes the change, and that's where I say now we can move in Gabe Davis into the slot. I don't auto start Gabe Davis just yet. I would handle going Amon St. Brown because he is wide receiver 1 in Detroit.
So for me, I would probably go Gabe Davis over Amon St. Brown just because I like this matchup better for Gabe Davis. You guys mentioned Ramsey. I think he'll probably line up with Diggs most of the time. I know Ramsey hasn't really been shadowing 100% of the time for a little while now, so I'm not too worried about that in that regard. But I just like Diggs because Josh Allen over Jared Goff. Like St. Brown might get more targets, but the quality of those targets, you can argue, are going to be a lot better for Gabe Davis. Again, they're going to be in a lot better situations in the red zone, probably in going for touchdowns. So give me Gabe Davis this week and over the course of the season. I think too. Selfish question. I just want to ask because I have this situation in one of my leagues: Gabe Davis or Elijah Moore in the flex?
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis all day.
Davis all day. Yeah.
All right. So do you guys have any must starts or anything that you're looking at playing in this Thursday night football game in terms of fantasy?
I'll actually take this one. I actually have the kicker. I have Matt Gay tonight for the Bills. They're an offense who is going to move the ball between the 20s, I think. And in the game where you have a defense like the Rams, a bender don't break kind of defense, they don't give up a lot of touchdowns. They're playing at SoFi, which is a semi-closed, if not completely closed stadium. So give me Matt Gay here because I think the Bills move the ball, and he has a big leg. He's a younger kicker, potential to hit those 40, 45, 50 yarders. And I know we were kind of leaning overs, but I'm on the under tonight. I bought a couple points. Because prime time first half unders.
First game of the season.
As we talking about sports, always usually slam this. Thursday night games, Sunday night games, and Monday night games. First half unders are usually the play. So it's at 51 or 52 for the total game. I bought it up to 54, I believe. So I like a kicker kind of game, a field position kind of game. So as a starter, fantasy-wise, if you have Matt Gay, I would play him tonight.
Okay, what about you, Justin?
I don't think I necessarily have a must start for tonight. If I was going to lean something, it'd probably come from the man that just got his contract, Dawson Knox, the tight end for the Bills.
Okay.
I can see him being used in the red zone a little bit, and you might get some points from that.
Okay, there we go. Dawson Knox is a guy that
I actually like that sleeper right there.
If you waited a little bit in fantasy, probably able to grab him in the mid to late rounds as your tight end. Sure. So good play there. I'll probably play Gabe Davis over Elijah Moore in that league that I mentioned. And I also have Diggs and Allen in a league or two. So, but if you drafted those guys, you're playing them. So nothing too surprising there. Moving on from Gabe Davis, hopefully he has a big day. We got some a change of scenery for a big player here. Von Miller, he switched teams over the summer from the Rams to the Bills, won a title with the Rams, looking to go win another one with the Bills. Justin, do you think Von Miller is just along for the ride, or is he going to truly contribute this season for the Bills?
You know what? For me, a guy like Von Miller does contribute throughout the season as far as being a locker room leader, having championship pedigree. But the real contribution for the Bills will probably come sometime around the playoffs, where you want a guy like Von Miller who has had championships to guide your young core. The Bills went out in the last, two drafts? They've drafted at the defensive line. They drafted pretty good projects. What better of a man than Von Miller to guide them this next year while they're in this championship window like the Rams are as well?
Oh man, I mean, I think he's just chasing clout. I think he's chasing clout.
Rings.
He's just chasing rings, and it's kind of hard to say because people are going to say, well, he was with the Rams last year and he won a ring. Why would he leave? But he really didn't have that much of an effect until super late in the season. I don't think if it was the NFC Championship or if not the Super Bowl where he really had that true impact. So see what had happened. What had happened was I was with the Rams, but now I want to go to the Bills just because I don't think that maybe a little bit of chauvinistic, maybe a little bit of pride here. You're with the Rams, you're on that line. You're Von Miller. You're a previous, Super Bowl, star killer on the edge, and you have Aaron Donald on the other side. So maybe it was a little bit of not chasing clout, but just, hey, remember who I am. I don't have Aaron Donald. I'm gonna go to Buffalo and I'm gonna win them a ring. I'm gonna go to the AFC and I'm gonna win a ring on that side too. So I could kind of see that too, where he doesn't want to be that second fiddle to a guy like Aaron Donald. I think he's still young. He's still great at his position. And I think he just maybe wanted to change the scenery. I mean, why not? I mean, nowadays guys change teams like they changed, their jock strap. So
yeah, I mean, he went to a team that has depth at the D line. You got Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, AJ Espinosa, and Shaq Lawson on that D line. So you don't need him to start, 40, 50 snaps every game. He can take a limited work rate and then push him towards the playoffs where you can use him a little bit more. So I honestly feel like it's a good situation for Von Miller.
Yeah, just put him in on passing situations, have him rush the quarterback and whatnot. Definitely like that. What we got Mark in the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments. Eddie, shout out to Eddie in the comments. Shout out to Mark, Diego again. Always listening and watching. Everybody Marky, in the comments.
I want you to type in the comments, Marky. What's the final score tonight? That's what I want to know.
That, and I was going to ask you guys on the Von Miller subject. We have him up on the screen here. Over under half a sack for Mr. Miller tonight.
Ooh. I don't think he gets a sack because I don't think that he's in, every snap. I think he's in selective snaps. And when he is in, I think they pay attention to him. And I think Josh Allen is too great of a quarterback to take a sack. He's either going to...
He's going after... Wait,
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's going after Matt Stafford.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Stafford. I still think that Stafford is smart enough as a veteran quarterback to get rid of the ball. And Von Miller, like I said earlier, he didn't have a great performance until the end of the season. So I'd say under. I'd say under a sack tonight. 38-34 Rams. Wow, Marky wants some scoring tonight. Take it easy.
What about you, Jess?
Give me the under. I don't see him getting the sack tonight. If he does, it's maybe that half where he teams up with someone else. I don't see him getting the full sack by himself.
A push? Imagine a push on the over-under half sack.
He's gonna get a sack. It's gonna be in a high leverage situation. There's gonna be a lot of passing in this game, so there's gonna be a lot more opportunity than a normal game that we talk about in the regular season for Von Miller to actually be in. So give me Von Miller to get a sack. I'm also just taking it just to be contrarian to you guys. I didn't go out drinking with you guys, so I'm not on the same wave as y'all, so I gotta.
We can get you there though. That's not a problem.
Yeah. So I'm on Von Miller to get a sack today. I like the Bills in the game, but we'll get to the plays here in a little bit. Anything else you guys want to talk about on Von Miller?
Oh, well, we're good on this. I think
we're good.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about it earlier. Ron, did you have something to say?
No. I was going to say Von Miller's been jumping teams as much as Marky Garza does in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Marky catching strays over here. But we got Ben's bet for the game. We talked about it earlier. I mean, for those of you guys that listen to the pod and know us, that Ben, he's a Bills fan. So this pick is not going to be too surprising for many, but he does have the Bills winning convincingly, 31-20, as we mentioned. They're minus 2.5 point favorites. He has the game going slightly under, but are you guys in on Ben's bets here today?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
And Ron, Ron and Ben, Justin, I might be inclined to go your way because you're the super contest champion from this past year. So I'm taking your side here too.
Well, I like your teaser. So you go Rams all the way up to what?
9.5.
That's a great number to get.
But before we get to that, Ron, are you on Ben's side here? I think you might be.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm on Ben's side. I said Bills tonight, double digits. They make a statement tonight. I don't know about 31-20, but I can see like a 27-21, I know that's only 6, but I could see that tonight. So I'm with Ben. Give me the Bills tonight. And Roland, get your bro. And Gabe, now that you're on the pod, I just want to know why. I want to know why you sniped all your brother's picks in your drafts, because he's been going off on it. I mean, he's been going off. So, Gabe, why? Let us know why.
Still a little sore subject. For me, so.
Yo, Marky's going off.
You don't have to answer that question, Gabe. But he did ask about Ben being a Texans fan. He has been a Bills fan. This is his second season now. There's a little bit of controversy, as we all know. So
he said he was going to go through the table to complete his Bills transfer. We still haven't seen anybody go through a table yet. So I'm going to hold him to that.
That's true. That's true. We need to see something here on the pod of Ben going through a table for sure. If we're gonna let that go, as far as him being a former Texans fan. But Ben, no surprise, like I said, he's on the Bills, 31-20. I don't blame him. They got all the preseason hype. Everyone has. That's not true.
Roland just stopped the pod and read the comments. And
he's not happy with that comment, Gabe.
31-20. Ben has the Bills here. Like I said, they got all the preseason hype. They're the Super Bowl favorites. They're the favorites to win the AFC.
When is Ben moving to Buffalo? What's up, Albert?
What up?
They got everything going for them right now. They got the mojo. That they got Josh Allen, MVP favorite. Ron, you're about to say something. What do you got?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say shout out to Ben, man. I mean, he still gave his pick. He couldn't be on the pod tonight. He would have loved to have been here. It's game one.
He said he was gonna have some FOMO not being here tonight.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to Ben. He's putting in the hours. He's still clocked in right now. So shout out to Ben, man. We love you, bro. We're sorry that you couldn't be here, but you got to do what you got to do, Ben. You got to pay the bills, man.
Yeah.
No pun intended there.
But
it works.
We'll let Ben again. I mean again, he is a Bills fan. We'll let him answer these questions next podcast on Sunday if they come up again. But going past that, I got a play for us. I got
rolling at the books, boy. You have to say it.
Rolling at the books. I did not come up with that. I like it though. I like it a lot. Now, this guy that's up here on the screen, Allen Robinson, little backstory, you have to say it. I've been attached to Allen Robinson. I've drafted him before. I drafted him when he had Blake Bortles as his quarterback. I drafted him last year when he had Andy Dalton and Justin Fields as quarterback. I've been burned by this man. I don't have him on any teams. I don't have him anywhere in DFS. But for today, I like the matchup. Tre'Davious White is out for the Bills today. Van Jefferson is out for the Rams today. So Allen Robinson is firmly slotted in at the 2 spot right now. I think he's going to have a good game. I'm not in on his props. I think they've gotten a little out of hand. I think we were talking about it in our group chat earlier today. I think Diego or somebody else was talking about Armando maybe, about how his props have ballooned up since the injury news have come out. So I'm off of him in terms of his props, but for fantasy, load up Allen Robinson. Do not worry about it. I think he's going to score a touchdown today. It's going to be a good game for Allen Robinson. And if it's not, I'm never mentioning his name again.
Does he get a drop after this week if he doesn't perform?
He's blacklisted. I'm never mentioning him again.
Are you gonna put Allen Robinson on the waiver wire?
I don't have him. I don't have him in any leagues. I'm just on. I just said just this week as a must start. I like him. I was too scared to draft him this year because, like I said, I've been with him through thick and thin. A lot of us, through thick and thin, and I jumped off the bus. But
are you gonna trade for him if he balls?
I might. I mean, and the other reason why I didn't draft him though is because of the whole.
My boy is loyal.
Matt Stafford elbow thing kind of scared me off of him as well.
Scared a lot of people.
And then my next thing on the screen here is a teaser. I gave out a teaser a week last year, did decent, near break even, I want to say, but
I thought you were above even because I was following.
I was almost
every week on him.
That's why I was near break even, but I want to say I ended up a little bit above. But the first one of the year, I'll try and have another one for Sunday, but I got the Rams plus 9.5. It goes back to what Justin was saying with this line getting a little out of hand. On the 7-point teaser, you can get them up to 9.5. You can really do 6. You just need to clear 7. That's really the main thing. And then the Ravens PK or -1 if you do a 6-point teaser.
Who the Ravens got?
The Ravens
Jets.
are playing the Jets with Joe
Flacco.
Flacco. Wilson's out until week 4.
I think. Yeah.
Ravens are going to probably be the most popular teaser and most popular parlay piece out there this next week. So I'm loading them up. I'm not going to think too much about it. I love the matchup. Still got to worry about home underdog barking.
Yeah. This teaser, you feel pretty decent if you hit it tonight with Rams plus 9.5.
Yeah.
You have to feel pretty solid going into Sunday at Ravens PK against the Jets. So tonight is where you sweat maybe. After that, you're pretty much coasting at home for the most part. Nothing's for sure in NFL, but you really like that number at Ravens PK.
Yeah, for sure. And we were talking about this off the air. First TD. Marky I took him first TD. Who's he talking about?
Allen Robinson.
Oh God,
Marky's with it.
Tear that fucking.
And he has him for the year. So Marky, he hopped on. He probably didn't have him last year, so didn't have that sour taste in his mouth. So
he hasn't had to see the struggle like you have.
Yeah, exactly. So Marky, if he works out for you this year, kudos to you for taking the chance on him, because it's definitely a buy low spot on Allen Robinson this year for sure.
Shit. Well,
do we got anything else on the screen? Do you guys have any plays? I know, Ron, you're on the other side here.
Yeah, I took a parlay, Bills money line and under 54. So Bills money line and under 54. I think it's almost a plus 200 parlay, if not like easily more than plus 150, maybe plus 180, something like that. I don't have too much action on the game because I think it's just an unpredictable game.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. I mean, there's a lot to prove. I don't want to put too much money on it because I just came off a big win in the Champions League. So I don't want to put my money on something that's a little unpredictable here. But I do think that the Bills win, and I think it stays under primarily because the teams are so good and they're so smart and they're so well coached, and the players on the field have such high IQs. I don't think you're not going to see any busted coverages. I don't think you're going to see any, easy passes over the top. I think, you're going to see a fight in the trenches tonight, and it's the first game. There will be some nerves, I think, as well. These guys are, men, they're professionals, but I think there's going to be a lot of nerves. So give me the under and give me the Bills money line. Let's cash on this Thursday. Let's take that money into the weekend, baby.
Got to build that bankroll. What about you, Justin?
No, not a lot for tonight. Just got the Rams winning. Give me the Rams money line since they're going to be in plus money. I might tease them like you did as well.
Not even going 2.5. Not even. You're just risking.
No. Just give me. plus 115. Why wouldn't I just take it at that?
Yeah. If you're going to take 2.5,
and I might do Rollins teaser because like I said, you sweat a little tonight. You get there, you're coasting pretty much on Sunday for the most part. I don't want to say for sure because I'm not going to do that to Roland. I don't want to jinx him, but you're looking pretty good Sunday. You like your number at least.
Yeah, you like it on Sunday, especially you get to that matchup like we talked about with the Jets. And speaking of Sunday, we're doing the Thursday show. We're gonna be back on Sunday, right, guys? Is that a plan?
For sure. And Sundays, this is like a sample size of what we do on Sundays. And Sundays we go a little bit more into depth. We have a lot more for y'all. We hit the weather. We hit everything we can on Sunday. So if you like tonight's show, Sunday is going to go into more depth and there'll be more topics discussed because we're going over the full slate.
Yeah, going over the full slate. We're going to hit you guys with the injury report, everything you need to know for your fantasy lineups, weather, how that impacts the passing game. There's going to be more running, totals, overs, unders. We try and hit it all for you guys on Sunday, and we try and make it fun. We're doing a super contest. I know we don't really have anything going right now in terms of a survivor pool pick, which we did last year. Got eliminated kind of early, kind of embarrassing how we went down. Saints versus Giants, still haven't forgotten that. It was one of those. But maybe we'll still do that just for the sake of giving out a pod pick every week. Do you guys have any other ideas or anything that you want to introduce to the viewers?
Yeah, two things. Rolly said Stafford rushing TD, first TD, cash it. That's definitely plus money. I know that. Also, when do you guys want to open up the fantasy mailbag? I know that was super fun.
We
Everybody,
can make a post this week,
yeah.
tonight, tomorrow,
So if
and
you
have the
follow us
fantasy mailbag open.
on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, submit your fantasy plays because I know it's only week 1, but you're gonna have that decision.
That start sit.
Who do I flex? Who do I
Start 'em or
start?
sit 'em.
Who do I sit? Hey, hit us up and maybe we can help you out a little bit. So the fantasy mailbag is always fun. We open it up all week. And then Sunday on our 10 a.m. show, we go over it with you. So hit us up, fantasy mailbag, DM, comment, whatever you want on our social medias. And, we'll see if we can get that. But, Kate, text me when it happens. I will, Rolly. I will.
All right, guys. Well, it's almost game time.
Yeah.
Almost
Anything
game
else?
time. Nope. Just as always, subscribe if you guys can. You can find us on Twitter at We Talkin' Sports One. That's WETALKN Sports One. Apple and Spotify podcast. Find us Facebook. Ron's wearing some T-shirts. Maybe we'll have
New
something up
merch?
for you guys
Perhaps,
here in the
I
near
don't know.
future. But as always, guys, we appreciate the likes and the follows. Anything to help us get out to more people. So definitely appreciate all the viewers and the commenters tonight. And we're gonna be back on Sunday to check in on our picks. And Josh had a last minute question before we logged off.
Yeah, there will be a tap hour probably tomorrow, right, Ron?
Yeah, I mean, we have UFC this weekend of obviously big Nate Diaz fight. Whoever wants to jump on, the pod with us. Today's Thursday, so we have to do it tomorrow. So I'm down to do something tomorrow. So we have UFC, we have college on Saturday. Don't forget, we also cover college football, and then, I mean, the big shebang, guys, is this Sundays at 10. Sundays at 10, Sundays
big
at 10,
show.
Sundays at 10, Sundays at 10. That's where we're going to go off and talk about everything. If you're with us on Sundays at 10 a.m., then you'll know everything that we have going on for college, for MMA, for golf, for tennis. We have U.S. Open right now, for live, for bowling. We were watching bowling at Buffalo Wild Wings earlier. Anything and everything.
Live betting bowling.
We'll talk about it Sunday at 10. Justin will be here. Roland will be here. Hopefully Ben can be here. I'll be here. Sundays at 10 a.m. That's where we're drinking the micheladas or you're eating the barbacoa with the big red. But Sundays at 10 a.m., this is where you need to be, bro. Thank you, everybody. And we love y'all for sure.
All right. Looks like we're out. Thank you.
Anything out of that?